So guys, I just want to make a really quick video on my whole setup, the different cameras I film with, the different lights, microphones, tripod, computer. I could easily ramble on and on and on for like an hour or more on all of this, but I'm going to try to go quick. So let's just start with the basics. First thing, what do I film on? Right now, the camera right there, that's the Sony A7R III with a 24 to 70 millimeter lens. And then on that camera, I'm filming just with my old Canon 80D with the 24 to 70 f2.8 lens, both basically the same lenses, but different systems. I really do not want to give that lens up because that lens is more valuable than the 80D. I'm just kind of waiting for a good 4K Canon camera to come out. So the Sony is kind of holding me over. Or if they really shock me with the Sony A7S III, I'll just continue with Sony. So to show you the Sony, I'm going to be using the 80D. So you can see right here, this is the lens, the 24 to 70 f2.8. That's like a $2,000 lens. And then the Sony A7R III. This is about a $3,000 camera. It shoots 4K, 120 FPS at 1080p. Only bad thing is though, it does not have a flip out display. So yeah, that's no bueno. That's no good. And then the microphone system I use is the Sennheiser AVX. So you can see that's what I have on top of the camera. This transmits to my microphone. So let me show you that. So the transmitter that I have in my pocket is part of the Sennheiser AVX system. So this is what that looks like. And then the microphone I just have clipped right here. I use this for like pretty much all of my audio. I never really use like a shotgun microphone because in this office there would be so much echo. This reduces that echo. So yeah, perfect device. I used another Sennheiser system before, but then I upgraded to this one. The pairing process is just super easy. You just literally turn them on and they pair and find the best frequency. And if you're curious on how much better this sounds versus just like your camera, I'm gonna switch to the 80D's microphone right now. That wasn't a good snap, right now. So now I'm just talking on the 80D's microphone. So much worse, so much more echo. So you definitely go with something like this. This system was $900. And the tripod is probably the piece of gear I've used the longest on this channel. I've had this since about 2016, not 2006. So it is the Manfrotto 055 tripod. And then the 502 fluid head. So you can, move it back and forth, up and down. Great little system. I've had this forever. It's got locks, it's got different options for sensitivity. It's great. And for my Sony camera, I did actually pick up another lens for vlogging, which I don't really do much of. But if I just want to do handheld, I have the 16 to 35 f4. So this makes it super wide. And this actually has built-in image stabilization on the lens versus the other lens does not. So it's the best like run and gun lens for handheld work. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. So this is shooting at 16 millimeters. You can see how wide this is. You can see how junky my room is. No shame. YouTubers' rooms are not perfect. We only clean what we want you to see. And then two, just so you can see the handheld aspect of this. I don't even have any type of tripod on it. This is just handheld. So you can just see how wide this is. So if you want to vlog, like this is crazy wide. You'll really be able to get a full shot. And obviously, like if you have a tripod, it's not going to have your whole arm in it. Maybe if I hold it like this. It's a little bit better. So we've covered camera, microphone, tripod, other camera really quick. Now we need to talk about lights. Lighting is very important. If you don't have the proper lighting, then your shot can look horrible. So let me just demonstrate what it looks like with all the lights off really quick. Alexa, turn off office lights. So this is what it looks like with all the lights off. I do have a window right there, so it's somewhat lit, but it still looks really bad. So you could have a, let's see, this is a $3,000 camera with a $2,000 lens. You have another nearly $2,000 lens with a $1,000 camera. It looks pretty bad. So if you have one thing missing in your setup, you can make everything look like crap. So let me turn everything back on and then I'll show you what I use. Alexa, turn on office lights. So for my lighting up top, I'm gonna grab my ADD again. I have Philips Hue bulbs up there, and I have Philips Hue bulbs back here, back there, there, and down there. I can change the color if I wanted to, but I typically just keep it at silver color. And then my main lighting, I have these Flapjack by Photodiox, I believe it's called. So this is what it looks like on the back, and you can adjust the brightness, you can adjust the color temperature. I typically keep it at like 5,000. I don't know why, that's just what I do. And then I think on this one I have both batteries in. So you can literally just unplug it and it still works through the batteries. So that's pretty neat. And I think those lights were like, I want to say like $600 a piece, but they've probably gone down. So they are pretty pricey for what you get, but they're thin, they're LEDs, they don't put off much heat, they don't use much electricity. The batteries are priceless because I can take these things outside. I can take them through my house without taking the cord. Super convenient. Pretty cool. Only other thing, guys, I haven't talked about is my iMac. I bought this iMac last year. So basically, like, is a Mac computer worth it? I probably spent about $2,000 to $3,000 on it, plus Final Cut Pro. Definitely is worth it. I think iMacs or any type of like macOS system is great for video editing. Final Cut Pro is just really smooth. Export's great. The specs in the machine versus what you would need on a PC, like a Windows-based PC, you can get by with a lot lower specs on a Mac because Final Cut Pro is so optimized. So basically all of this stuff added up together. I don't even know what it is. Maybe I'll figure it out and put it on the video for you. I don't even want to think about it. It's probably like $10,000 or more. But the thing is, like, the question is it worth it? And I have to say no, it's not. So this lens right here. This lens is a 24 to 70 lens. So you can zoom in and out, and it has the same f-stop all the way through. So that's great. But then again, you can just buy a prime lens, just an f2.8 lens, an f1.8, 2.8, whatever you want. Those can run a few $100s depending on the system. So I'm basically paying for the convenience of being able to zoom in and out all the way through the same f-stop. Yes, it's really good quality lens, but there is like a point where a $2,000 lens and then a few $100 lens go together. You're not going to really see, or a lot of people aren't going to see the optical difference unless you put them side by side. And then we have the lighting, which to me is priceless, but you can definitely get some cheaper lighting. You don't have to spend $1,000 on lights. You can buy umbrella lights for like 50 bucks. Tripod, I mean, the thing will last forever, but you can definitely buy a cheaper tripod. Computer, you could buy like a MacBook, edit on that perfectly fine. Microphone, is this worth it? For the ease of use, yeah, it really is. Like, but almost $1,000 for this thing. You could just basically get a wired lavalier microphone, just put it straight to your camera and you're good to go. I mean, heck, in the past, that's what I used. I literally just used a wired microphone. And everything in the past. In the past, I just used umbrella lights. In the past, I just used a prime lens. In the past, I used a cheap tripod. So it's just basically start from scratch and don't feel the need to buy the most expensive gear right away. So what all of this gear basically has in common, it's all basically overkill for what I do. I make YouTube videos in my room, and all of the gear, like the upgrade that it costs versus what I had before, it's not worth it. It's an incremental upgrade for not much quality output. But for me, like, I'm a tech YouTuber. I love just playing around with all this tech. I love experiencing new equipment. I do think that when you pay extra money, a lot of that money goes into the ease of use. So the microphone is super easy to pair, so that's worth the money. The lights are super easy to use, the batteries, everything like that. The iMac, expensive, but the software does work really good. It all just intermingles well with my other Apple devices. So basically what I'm trying to get at, like, if you want to start a YouTube channel, start out cheap. Start out with your phone even, because phones can record some really good stuff as well. And just go from there. Do not put yourself into debt trying to start a YouTube channel. Do not look at other YouTubers and judge your gear off that. Don't just try to buy what another YouTuber has and think you're going to emulate their success, because you're not, just by having that gear. That being said, guys, if you do want to check out any of this gear, I have it in the description below. It's an affiliate link, so you know what that means. If you buy it, I do get some commission off of that. Again, do not go out buying the most expensive gear. There are so many other cheap options, and there's so many good YouTubers that can make great content with cheaper gear than what I have. And then there's also YouTubers that can make so much better content with the gear I have. Like, I honestly just sit in a chair for the most part, and I have the most overpriced, and I just have like the most over-the-top gear for what I do, but it's more so just something I enjoy. It's just a hobby, and when it comes down to it, I make these videos for fun. I work my own full-time job. This brings me extra money. I use that money to buy more gear, and that's just the endless cycle. If I had 1 million subscribers and I was bringing in a ton of money, you'd probably see me shooting with a red camera. You'd probably see me shooting with like a Canon C200, something like that, just because I enjoy just kind of like stepping that game up. I've said this before, when you are a YouTuber, it's like the equivalent of an RPG. So like you start off level 0, no gear, pretty much naked, and then you just basically, you know, fight your way up. So you start making videos where you can afford more gear. You start leveling up, getting more experience, and eventually you just get maxed out and you have the best gear. You get a lot of views, you're starting to make money, but it all has to start from somewhere. You can't start an RPG fully geared out and expect to enjoy the ride. So that's all I got to say about that, guys. If you liked this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. See you later. Bye.